And so credit scores should be illegal. Credit scores are garbage. They're, especially if you're an entrepreneur and you're like actually like leveraging your credit to do shit, then you are getting penalized too for like using your credit that you actually have. And so this idea of like credit scores should actually like be outlawed, and I think they will be eventually with enough advocacy and lobbying. But credit checks and looking at what people's actual arrears are, their like missed payments, their bankruptcies, those things are very valid, and those things have definitely a place in the future. The problem is that today when we look at people, we look at their credit score first, and then we look at like, you know, their income, and we look at their like the historical bankruptcies and stuff. We have the cart before the horse. The first thing we should be looking at is people's income and their ability to pay.
No, but that's the willingness piece with me. Like if you're willing to go through an eviction, and especially if you have multiple, that's a huge red flag to me because you were willing to go down a really negative path. And so when you have evictions on your check as well, that's one thing that scares me personally. Maybe you have a different feeling on that.
But to your point, though, eviction is separate from score, right? So like your eviction.
Correct. No, but like the willingness thing took me down the path of, because the other component to this is looking at eviction history, right? And so if you have an eviction on there, you're willing to go to a pretty negative place, and maybe you don't have a choice. Maybe you had a big life event, not judging, but there was still a potential willingness there where you took it to a place where nobody really wanted to go, right? So that's always been a big red flag for me personally, but maybe you have a different thought on that.
No, I agree 100%. So evictions is a big thing too. So like income, credit, and eviction. So one of the things that we're actually building out now, the thing that I think is that there's a need for like a universal rental passport, right? Like think of like Clear at the airport, but for rent.